Hello, we're on day 3 of lockdown 2, and today we're going to talk about the thoracic spine. So this area of the back, which can get quite sort of solid, it is quite a solid area of the spine. So we have the 7 vertebrae from the neck down to the thoracic, then we have 12 in the thoracic, and then you come into the lumbar where there are 5. The thoracic and the lumbar sort of join together a little bit. And that's where kyphosis can start. So where you get this dowager's hump or this arching through the back, known as kyphosis. So we want to work on that to try and eliminate it. It can happen between 50 and 70 years of age, mainly in women. Some men get it, and it's really important to exercise to prevent it. About, I think it's 30 to 50% of ladies can get this. So let's really work on the exercises today to try and prevent it. So we start, as always, with the feet together. Take your heels out to the corners of the room, toes in line with the knees, in line with the hips. Lift your shoulders right up to your ears and roll them down and lengthen through the neck. Just check that's actually, oh yeah, we are going. Lengthen through the neck so the shoulders are down. And so now let's just think about literally getting the shoulders to drop down, so you've got this nice strong back. So if you are slightly kyphotic, you'll be into this position, slightly with a sort of bump here. So you want to get those shoulders back and down, always doing that whenever you can think of. Let's just think about getting the elbows into the waist to start with and do a nice gentle, what's known as a tray exercise. So you're just taking a breath in and breathing out, squeeze the shoulder blades together. You should feel this working right through this area down here. So breathing in and breathing out. What this is also doing is opening up through the chest. So the thoracic spine is connected to your ribs, and of course the ribs are all down through the chest and down here. So we want to open up through the chest to get that area moving, to get more mobility into that upper part of the back and through the chest. So we're going to do 4 more of these. Breathe out, knees should be slightly softened, breathe in to pull back. Feel the shoulder blades pulling together. Try not to get the shoulders coming up to your ears. You need to really concentrate on pulling those shoulders down. We'll do 3 more. Breathe out and breathe in. Last 2. So get that working through the upper back. Abs are pulling in, that's good. And last one. Excellent, excellent. Let's just roll the shoulders now and down. Do 4 of these. 3, 2, you might have started with the warm-up, that's fine. If you want to do that, that's always a good idea. Now let's just take the elbows to shoulder height, or in fact bring them up to the ceiling, and now just pull down, pull down. Elbows are in line with your shoulders now, maybe a little bit lower. And now from here again, to get the chest round, we're just going to pull back and down. So you're just taking these arms up and then pull back, 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 and down. You can pull the hands right back behind you now to work the triceps. Let's get the upper arms working as well, the inside of the upper arms. So pulling down, 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 and pull back. Abs in, glutes tighten up again. So if you're holding on this bit, where you're just putting the arms down and slightly back, and I can really get that movement there. So as long as you can keep the muscles through the back working and nice and strong, you're going to greatly get help to prevent kyphosis. It can happen for all sorts of reasons. It could be a degenerative condition. It might be lack of exercise, and it might be just actually getting into poor postural habits. So maybe from sitting at a desk all day, all sorts of reasons that this could happen. So we want to really get this working. Another thing you could do is stand against a wall. I'm going to show you from the side here. So you could just stand, imagine I'm right against a wall. You've got your back against the wall. If you're slightly kyphotic, that'll be quite difficult because it'll push your neck forwards. So what you're going to do is stand against the wall and drop your chin onto your chest and just lean back into the wall and hold this for about 15 seconds. If it hurts, you need to stop. So you're just holding that position. You don't have to have a wall to do it against, but just getting that movement so that you're trying to drop the chin down and push it all back. Roll the shoulders when you've done any exercises, just to loosen up, breathing in to lift, out to lower. We'll do 2 more of these. Lifting and sliding down, and 1 more. Okay, excellent. What we're going to do now is reach up and stretch and take it back into a hyperextension, pull in with the abs and roll down. As you roll down, you're actually now going into flexion in the spine, which is what we don't want to do so much of, but it's a good thing. You need to get the mobility through the spine. Your abs are pulling in to support your spine. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, gently lift back up, roll the shoulders. We'll do this again. On this next one, we're going to roll down onto hands and knees. So pull in with the abs, chin onto the chest. Take it slowly, slowly down. Bring the fingertips to the floor if you can. Walk the hands forward and just come down onto your hands and knees. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. So now just looking up and dropping the shoulders down. So this is a lovely extension through the spine. You'll get it in the lumbar, but also through the thoracic as soon as you start to slide your shoulders down. So that's really important, to slide the shoulders. Okay, from here, come down onto your tummy. And we're going to start with arms above the head. You're going to look to the floor, nose about an inch off the floor. This is a really classic exercise to help with the thoracic spine. Toes are pointing away, fingers are pushing away. We sometimes do this with opposite arm and opposite leg, and that's absolutely fine. You're just going to lift and lower. The head's not moving with you. The head is staying as an extension. The neck is an extension of the spine, or the cervical spine is an extension of the thoracic. So you're lifting the opposite arm and opposite leg, pulling in with the abs, and keeping the hips into the floor. Now, if you feel able, lift both. Breathe out to lift and in to lower. As you do this, as you do the lift, you're keeping your head in the same position. You're pulling the abs in tightly and pushing your fingertips as far away from your toes. Hold for 5 seconds and bring it back down. So the aim here, you're going to take a breath in to prepare. Breathe out. Pull in the abs, tighten the glutes. Push the fingertips and toes as far away as you can and hold. Hold and bring it back down. Take a breath in. If it's too much for you doing this, please go back to this, but hold and push away opposite arm and opposite leg. That's absolutely fine if it's too much. If you feel any pain as you do this exercise, it's absolutely imperative that you stop and seek advice. Go and see maybe a doctor or a chiropractor, or somebody whom I really recommend Bowen, but it's just somebody who might be able to advise you on what's happening. So if you feel any pain in your back, you need to stop. I'm just going from single and then double, just to give you the options. Holding. Pushing, the important thing is pushing the fingertips away from the toes and bring it back down. We'll do 2 more of these, either single, opposite arm and opposite leg, or double. Breathing out, pulling with the abs. Really hold this if you can, pushing the fingertips away, lifting a little bit higher with the arms and the legs, keeping the head in line with the spine, and back down. And 1 more. So you might be feeling this in the lumbar. Breathe in to prepare, breathe out. The lumbar is the lower part, the middle part of the back. But we're really, actually with this exercise, focusing on the thoracic. From here, just sit back into a stretch. Just stretch that out, just for a moment or two, just give it a bit of a nice stretch. And then back up onto your hands and knees and just look forward, slide the shoulders, holding here for a second. Okay, now back down onto your tummy. Bring your elbows into your waist on this one. I'm going to slightly go an angle so you can see what's happening, I hope. So elbows are into your waist, curl your toes under, and palms are flat to the floor. Think about having a marble under your nose, which you're just going to gently nudge away, pushing through your feet, through your toes. Push that marble forwards or away from you. Flatten your toes. Now bring your arms forwards, hands as close together as you can, elbows in towards each other, and totally relax your upper body into the mat. So you're not working anything at the moment, you're totally relaxed. You're going to just start to walk your elbows in, the upper body's still relaxed. Your shoulders will start to lift off the floor, not up to your ears, just off the floor. And the reason they're lifting is because you've got your weight onto your elbows or your forearms as you walk in, not very far, maybe 2 or 3 inches. Now you should, hopefully, I shouldn't say should, I'm hoping you'll feel your ribs pushing into the mat. And as you feel this, I'd like you to imagine you're looking to the floor. I'd like you to imagine someone's behind you, just gently putting their hands onto your shoulders to pull your shoulders right down. So we don't want the shoulders lifting up towards the ears at all. We want the shoulders dropping down. As you drop the shoulders down, you should feel your ribs pushing into the mat or the floor, wherever you are. and just feeling this work right through. I'm just going to drop down and hopefully you can see through the thoracic, through this part of the back. So now bring the elbows back into the waist. Not everybody will feel this, and don't worry if you can't feel it, we'll curl the toes up. And now just gently push away, push forwards, and then bring the arms forwards, flatten the toes, and just relax the upper body as you start to walk your elbows in. I'm just doing 4 little moves in, alternate sides, moving in. And now my ribs I can feel strongly in the mat, but I'm not feeling much going on in my back, in my upper back. So now I'm going to just really let the shoulders slide down. So you can have them up here, that'll take it all away. Your ribs will lift off the floor. You want to drop those ribs down and slide the shoulders. So just imagine someone's right behind you, like I used to in the olden days before COVID, when I could just come around the class and gently put my hands on your shoulders to pull down. And that's when you should get, hopefully, that, yeah, feel it. Let's do that again. So lengthen through the neck, curl the toes under to push you forward, breathing in. Breathe out, lift up, bring the hands forward, flatten the toes, elbows to the floor, they stay to the floor. Your upper body is totally relaxed into the mat, and start to walk your elbows in. For some of us, especially if you're quite tense through your neck and shoulders, the shoulders just naturally want to lift up. So it's quite an effort to get those shoulders to drop down. As soon as you can master that, dropping the shoulders down, at the same time keeping your ribs into the mat, you will hopefully feel that movement across the upper back. Please don't worry if you're not feeling it. You will know if you are feeling it. We're going to just do one more of these. Curl the toes up, push forwards, breathing in. Breathe out, lift or bring the arms forwards, drop the upper body down into the mat, totally relax through the upper body. Slowly start to walk, elbows in. I'm just going once with the right, then twice, and then with the left, and then twice with the right, twice with the left. I'm just holding here, dropping the ribs down and sliding the shoulders. And just hold for a second. Really good for getting those muscles in the upper back working. Now relax down, bring the elbows out wide. So your elbows are going to be in line with your shoulders, and so you're like an E shape if you imagine your head being in the middle of the E. Keep the elbows to the floor, take a breath in. Some of you will find this is much more effective, just lifting up. Again, you're still looking to the floor, and also still feeling the ribs into the mat. And now Lynn, one of my lovely members, thank you Lynn, gave me this lovely tip to pull your elbows down towards your waist. So you'll feel this, you'll feel your shoulders pulling down as you imagine your elbows are glued to the mat, but you're pulling them down towards your waist, your arms rather, forearms or elbows. So holding here, great tip from Lynn to you, and then relax back down. Take a breath in. So this might be better for you. If you're doing this one now and thinking, no, doesn't make any difference, better the other way, please go back to the other way. But if you're finding this is more effective, then stick with this. Okay, so go with the one that works for you. I can feel both, probably because I do it on a regular basis, but and maybe you can feel both, and that's great. If you can feel that movement across the top back, it might be a little bit lower, a little bit higher. If you can feel it through that thoracic both ways, then that means you're getting those muscles really working, and that's what we want. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, lift up and slide the shoulders down. Holding, breathing in, and breathe out, just relax down. We'll do one more like this. Lift, and hold, and relax down, and just bring the elbows in and sit back into a stretch. You might want to just flex the spine, pushing up to the ceiling, just to get a really good stretch through the upper back. Okay, brilliant, well done. So what I'd like to suggest is that if you feel that you do have issues with your thoracic spine, just on a daily basis for 5 minutes max, have your hands, elbows into your waist, hands in this position. It's easier standing, but if you've got a nice straight back chair without sides on it, without arms on it, then you could just do this, what's known as the tray exercise. Is absolutely brilliant. And also this pulling down, pulling the elbows down. Any of these exercises, those are so easy that you can just do any time of day, wherever you are, at your desk, if you're working at your desk, at the kitchen sink, wherever you want. Obviously the ones on the floor, you need to think about a bit more, but do anything you can to prevent kyphosis. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know how long we've been doing it, but thank you, and there'll be more videos coming up, so please keep trying to do them during lockdown if you can. Thanks a lot. Hope to see you again very, very soon. Bye.